Great day to you, everyone. We have a very special guest today. Well, first of all, I'm your host, Riva Galveztan. We have a very interesting guest here, Mr. Vincent Sarabia Ong. He's the marketing director of Vincent Sarabia Optical. He's here today, well, of course, as a writer of the Entrepreneur magazine and a writer also, a contributing writer to the Philippine Star. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, welcome, Vincent.
Hi.
Hello. So our topic for today, we want Vincent to share inspiring stories for our aspiring entrepreneurs. Of course, we want to encourage people to start their own business, but the question is how and where do they start? So Vincent, of course, you know, you've interviewed a lot of interesting people, and I'm sure you've gathered the highlights of it. First of all, how do people really start a business? You know, is it based on their passion? Is it circumstance? Is it, you know, family? It could be, you know, there are many factors to starting a business. It could be a problem that you're in, and then suddenly you want a solution, so you start a business out of it.
Yeah, true. But it really starts with your passion. What are you really in love with? So starting from my experience, I wanted to get into writing, and through blogs, I just want to actually write about books. In the beginning for free, just being sponsored by books was good enough, as long as I was doing it. It was really great.
Oh wow. It's something you really enjoy.
Yeah. So how I started was that I was first blogging for a Canadian company, and then soon later than that, I found an opportunity. That's the entrepreneur in me.
Oh, okay.
So I tapped into National Bookstore, and they said, why don't I ask them to sponsor books for me?
Okay.
And at the time, I was getting not so much money from the blogging company, but so the real compensation was just to get free books.
Oh, okay. So it of course it matched what your interest was.
So it was something that I could do in my spare time, and I really love doing, which is reading.
That's great. That's great. So for you, it's really your hobby to write.
Yes.
I mean, you're very passionate about writing, and starting something from that aspect is actually very helpful to you. And you got the breaks, and of course, you know, there are lots of opportunities nowadays. I think we just have to seek the right opportunities, or maybe connect with the people that can help us with our interests.
Well, that's really true, because once I got picked up by Philippine Star, by Tim Yap of Philippine Star.
You got picked up, right?
Yeah. so like out of serendipity, there another passion came about. I really just like talking to people.
Yeah.
And I wanted more of it. I really wanted it to meet more people. And you see how entrepreneurship, your passion makes you think of what you can do. So I tapped myself to go to Entrepreneur magazine to summit.
So that's how you ended up
I just emailed them that I really wanted to talk to more people, and I found that writing was an entrepreneurial job.
So writing in itself for you is actually very entrepreneurial already.
Because one, you have to look for your story.
Yeah.
You have to think of where your paycheck will come from.
Of course,
it's really,
but it will follow, right? I mean, if you really like what you're doing, I think you don't have to think much of how you're gonna earn, because it will just come since you're passionate about it, and it will really show how much you love what you're doing.
And it's from the magazine, when I went, this is what we're talking about now, and I jumped into Entrepreneur magazine. I met a lot of wonderful people, and I've learned that entrepreneurs come in all shapes and sizes.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm also a fan of this magazine, Entrepreneur. It shares a lot of stories that, you know, if you read it, you're like, wow, I want to start my business today. But of course, you know, there are many factors to starting a business, and I think Vince can share some light on that.
And I think so we can start on this more of, I think the passion aspect of this, where we started rolling this discussion about one of my favorite stories is...
So you brought some issues there,
Yes. This is one of my first issues, the summer issue, which is 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And
so what is the story you like the most about that issue?
This is, his name is Mario Alumba. He's, here you can see.
Oh, he's a...
Scuba diver.
Scuba diver, okay.
Yeah. But he's gone over being just a simple instructor. He has moved the business to being a consultant for beach resorts in Palawan, in Batangas. And you can really see that he has moved, I mean, he's done something out of being a simple instructor. He said he's been diving since the 1980s. And where the equipment for scuba diving was really heavy,
Yes,
and
yes.
you'd really be crazy to be going diving in the ocean with
Yeah,
that kind
I
of
know,
equipment. And he still got into it because his dream was to be Jacques Cousteau, to be a National Geographic type of explorer,
wow,
to go
wow.
under the sea. And
That's
he
good.
just had that model there. So, and he kept on going towards until he finally just quit his job in engineering and
So how did he? What was like the revelation that that he felt when he's like, I have to start this? What triggered him based on your interview?
Yeah, the situation. See, it's passion and plus a situation.
So where was he in? And like, what point did he feel like, I have to start my business now?
Fortunately, the business, his company was going down.
Okay.
So he was actually laid off.
Oh, okay. So yeah, circumstance.
So he
pushed him.
learned that, and he decided, I'm just going to be a beach bum.
Oh wow.
And I'm going to go take scuba diving seriously as a profession and be a beach bum and earn as much money as. And yes, and scuba diving instructors earn at least 10,000 and up for 1 week.
So did he put up his own scuba diving school, or is he
see what you can?
with?
The great thing about entrepreneurs is sometimes you don't need to put much capital. In his case, especially if you're an instructor of any kind, you can look for places where you can rent. So
like partner with
so
maybe for those who like to play sports, or if you have any other hobbies
or
that you
teaching.
think, teaching, you can partner with partner first with a school or any institution that will give you that opportunity to reach out to more of your clients.
Yeah, so you can make teaching an enterprise.
Yes,
basically.
in itself, of course.
So he partnered up with a scuba diving school that has a swimming pool. So basically, all the student pays is the rental fee for the pool, and then it directly goes to him.
Oh, okay. So it's a good combination also. They have a good deal, right? Yeah.
And
it's a win-win.
I think also talking about capital, there's a lot of places that you can look into. One is going to bazaars.
Okay. I think you shared to me a story earlier about a girl who started her business in a bazaar. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
this amazing girl. I read about her story. She's